Well, thank you, Garth. Thank you so much, and thank you, Young Democrats, and everyone involved. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Laura, wherever you are. Thank you, those of you who made such wonderful statements about that little site we have. I'm really glad Dr. Sweat said what she said, because I have a confession to make, and it's a very weird one to make in such a party setting. For most of my life, I was an idiot. You weren't around, I still am an idiot. But in the Greek term, idiotes, a person who generally prefers private life and Epicurus's garden, and I'd rather be reading Virgil and growing tomatoes than to be doing the weird thing that I'm doing every morning with Google searches about Kelly Ayotte or whatever. Somewhere in the middle of my idiot life, 9/11 happened, and although, unlike the Republican Party, I do not believe 9/11 changed everything, it did have a profound effect on my looking at things. And here's another shocker, although I've said this a couple of times on the blog, you may have read it, but because I was not a political creature, and because I was only just starting to get involved in political news, I supported the Iraq War, and I did. I just did. I was looking at the available evidence. I wasn't looking at the alternative media. I didn't know anything about blogs. I didn't have a political background on which to rely. I did not grow up in a political family. When it became clear that there were no weapons of mass destruction, it was like somebody had kicked me in the stomach repeatedly. And I thank God to this day that I was not in any position of influence or power to have tried to win anyone over on this ridiculous support that I had, other than my father-in-law, who was bright enough to know I was an idiot and tried to smack me down on that one. So, where am I going with this? Sometime around the early summer of 2003, there was this guy right across the border, this governor, who was talking about things that I hadn't heard before, and I started listening to him, and I went to his website, which was sort of a new thing for me to do, and I saw that he had a picture of him with like a turkey sandwich or a tuna sandwich, and I think the pitch was, give me $5 over the weekend and we're going to raise more than Dick Cheney will at a $2,000 plate lunch with the Washington elites. And they had a little, now it's so common, they had like the little thermometer, or was it the bat?
It was the bat.
Right? And then they made it. They made it past what Richard Cheney had raised that day on his gold-plated lunch, using Air Force 2 or whatever. And that sold me. And so I was proud to be part of the sort of, I would call it, I guess, the second wave of the state blogging movement, sort of the big 2006 wave when Mike and Laura and I all had individual blogs and we were talking about the Paul Hodes Charlie Bass race. And coming together for Blue Hampshire, which the best part of which I can say emphatically is that it's not about me or Mike or Laura, it's the community. We have thousands of members at this point and millions of page views, and the place is what you make of it, which is a wonderful thing. I guess in closing, all I'd like to do is say thank you again. Thank you also to my wife, who puts up with me while I should be stacking firewood and instead I'm doing Google searches on Kelly Ayotte.
Keep on doing
But I think I just before I leave, would like to just emphatically state how critically important it is to continue to be engaged and be involved, and especially in the 2010 elections. I used to believe that there was such a thing as a New Hampshire Yankee Republican that had somehow become disenchanted in 2006 and even more so in 2008. I no longer believe that. I believe the traditional get out of my bedroom on social issues New Hampshire Yankee Republican is no longer there. They are either undeclared or they are a Democrat right now. And it is our job to be the adults in this state and to take them on and to be the people to be offering solutions. Somewhere someone is losing their health insurance tonight. Somewhere someone is losing their home through a foreclosure. We have to be the adults in the room who are going to bring solutions and to help this new president. And this may sound odd coming from me because I'm the first to criticize the Democratic Party, which is a little odd that I'm up here. Thank you, Ray, for putting up with me. But we have a historic health care bill that is hopefully going to become law very soon. It's not perfect. There's lots to complain about. But very soon we may be in a position where no one is dropped because of a pre-existing condition. That is a profound change in the way that we have done it. That is a profound change. And we need everyone out there working and knocking on doors and making phone calls and doing what's needed to do to bring the Obama voters out for 2010 so Paul Votes can be our next U.S. Senator, because boy do we need to